All right, gather round, folks, because tonight we're diving headfirst into the wild world of Calcio Storico. It's a sport so utterly bonkers, so gloriously unhinged, that it makes American football look like a friendly game of patty cake. Originating in 16th century Florence, Italy, Calcio Storico, meaning historic football, is less of a sport and more of a beautifully orchestrated riot. Imagine gladiators, but instead of a coliseum, they're duking it out in a sand-covered Piazza Santa Croce, one of Florence's most iconic squares. And it's not just a game, it's a spectacle steeped in history and tradition. For Florentines, it's a source of immense pride, a living testament to their city's rich cultural heritage. It's a chance to reconnect with their past, albeit in a way that involves significantly more punching than a Renaissance fair. So, what are the rules of this chaotic brawl disguised as a sport, you ask? Well, buckle up, because they're about as straightforward as a drunken game of charades. Two teams of 27 players each, representing different districts of Florence, go head-to-head in a 50-minute match. The goal, if you can call it that, is to get a ball into the opponent's net. Simple enough, right? Wrong. Because when we say get the ball, we really mean use any means necessary. And when we say any means necessary, we're including punching, kicking, headbutting, and even choking. You see, tackling is not just allowed in Calcio Storico, it's practically encouraged. It's a free-for-all where almost anything goes. And if you're thinking, surely there must be some rules against excessive violence, well, you'd be adorable. Now, you might think that with all this sanctioned brutality, the players would at least have the common sense to wear some protective gear. But you see, that's where you'd be wrong again. Aside from a few optional pieces of padding and a mouthguard, these brave souls charge into battle wearing little more than period costumes, because nothing says, "I'm about to get medieval" on your face like a pair of billowing silk trousers and a ruffled collar. Players are basically walking targets, and injuries are about as common as bad Italian stereotypes in Hollywood movies. Broken bones, as regular as clockwork. Concussions, you bet your bottom lira. But do these warriors complain? Of course not. This is Calcio Storico, where pain is just a suggestion and toughness is worn like a badge of honor. Calcio Storico isn't just a game, it's a deeply ingrained part of Florentine identity. Each year during the last 2 weeks of June, the city explodes in a frenzy of anticipation as the four historic districts, Santa Croce blue, Santo Spirito white, Santa Maria Novella red, and San Giovanni green, prepare to battle it out for glory. The streets are draped in team colors, rivalries are reignited, and the air crackles with a palpable sense of excitement and, dare I say, impending doom. Because let's be honest, when you combine centuries-old grudges with a sport that encourages violence, things are bound to get a little spicy. And here's a fun fact to leave you with. Legend has it that the very first game of Calcio Storico, played in 1565, took place during a particularly brutal siege of Florence. Talk about commitment to your sport. It seems even war couldn't stop these Florentines from their beloved brawl.